Hi everyone, my name's Lauren and my channel is Vegan Wow because it's mom upside down. How cheesy can I get? I know. But Simon is the reason I became vegan, and I wanted to just talk about the whole journey, how I became vegan and how Simon was the key piece. And without having my son, I'm not sure I ever would have gotten there. So I'm extra grateful for him, definitely. So the first vegans I met were at.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm doing it. Okay. The first vegans I met were at an old job. I want to say around like 2010, and I was friendly with both of them, but they never really talked about why they were vegan too much or told me any facts or anything about veganism. So I just kind of thought that was their journey. One of the girls was in high school, and so I kind of just looked at her like, oh, she's going through some like hippie animal saving phase, and the other one was trying to like make amends for things in her past, and so I thought that's also a personal choice and her journey. It has nothing to do with me. Also, while I was at that job, at some point I watched the documentary The Cove and also Shark Water. The Cove, immediately I was shocked, and I immediately stopped attending or stopped visiting zoos, stopped going to aquariums, which both things I loved because I loved animals, and I just thought, if you love animals, you go see them. Yeah, so and I realized that was all wrong, and Shark Water actually led me to stop eating seafood. For the most part, I still ate oysters because I didn't know how they were harvested, and I kind of looked at it like, if I don't know, then I'm not going to research. I kind of didn't want to know, and I just allowed myself to keep eating oysters, but I didn't eat any fish, no more anything from the ocean besides oysters, and no freshwater fish either. So I guess I just had in my mind before I watched Shark Water that fishing was like this fantasy where the net only catches, you know, trout or bass or whatever fish is the goal, and nothing else is injured. And even if that fantasy was true, it's still wrong to kill that fish that you're aiming for. So, which I know now, but didn't then. And I was so worried then about all the bycatch or the bykill. So, yeah, so I was nowhere near becoming vegan, but I had stopped eating seafood.
Mama, see our faces on there.
I know. And so then I left that job because I didn't feel like I was doing anything with my life, and I wanted to do something that had meaning. So I got a job at can you just keep the bowl lid out of there, please? So I got a job at okay, so like I was saying, I left that job and I started working at an animal shelter because I loved animals, and
Hold it.
I will.
Like that.
Okay. And I wanted to do something that had meaning. I didn't want to just go to a job for a paycheck. I wanted to help the world in some way. So I thought animal shelter is it. But while still eating meat and dairy. So I worked there and I met a volunteer, Sarah, you know who you are, and she was vegan, and her and a friend of hers talked about it in front of me at this volunteer event, and I was just listening, and I started to think, wow, these women are amazing. You know, they're strong and just better people than I am. And at that point, I guess I started to look at it like, I should be vegan, but I'm not strong enough to be vegan, or it's too hard and I don't want to put effort into it. And I was starting to have that view on it rather than it's something for them to do and not me. Now I saw I should be doing it. Everyone should be doing it, but it's too hard, but which I now know is not. And so I hung out with Sarah several times. She would cook for me. We'd go out to eat. I'd always eat vegan with her to be respectful. And another volunteer also became vegan while I worked there, and she gave me a book called Eating Animals to read, and I haven't read it yet. It's on my to-do list, Brenda. And yeah, so just being around them put it in my mind more.
This gap that.
Okay. And then while I was pregnant, I stopped wanting to eat meat. So I was mostly vegetarian, I'd say, by the end of my pregnancy. And not because of anything to do with veganism, just because I didn't want it. I thought it was disgusting. And then after I had Simon, breastfeeding was very difficult. I found out months later that he had lip and tongue tie, and so we struggled for a long time.
Mama, show it that.
I'll show that after, yes. And after I'm done. So while I was trying to breastfeed, which I did successfully, I watched documentaries on Netflix and read books, and I watched Cowspiracy and Forks Over Knives, which got rid of any doubt that a vegan diet was not healthy. That was something that I think was holding me back also. I just didn't think it was healthy. Now I know that's ridiculous. So this is this book I read, Thanking the Monkey by Karen Dawn. I read this out loud to Simon as an infant, and this really did it for me. I couldn't believe, it's hard to believe. It's hard to believe the horrible things that go on daily in this country and many other countries. Just all the violence that happens just for things to be packaged in the grocery store so that we don't even need to eat. So yeah, that did it for me, and immediately making the connection with a female mother cow who has been pregnant for 9 months like me and lactated specifically for her child, and then had her child stolen at birth, and over, pregnancy after pregnancy. I just couldn't imagine. I loved Simon more than anything. I mean, obviously I still do, but even as an infant, I just felt such a connection to him, and I couldn't do that to another mother, no matter the species. Another piece that was key was a friend of mine on Facebook who we became friends because we were both anti-captivity, and we're always posting things about zoos and aquariums. And she had posted, if you're against the dolphin slaughters in Japan, but you still eat meat, you're a hypocrite. And when she posted that, I just immediately was like, I just thought to myself, yes, I'm a hypocrite. And I was aware I was a hypocrite, but I didn't think I was strong enough to change, I guess. I'm not sure what held me back at that point. But I definitely, that started to make me feel guilty about my choices. And I'm grateful for her for that. I know a lot of people think we shouldn't be like harsh in people's faces when talking about veganism, but for me, that I needed that peace. I needed to feel the guilt every time I was eating something or preparing something in the kitchen that was once alive. So yeah, I mean, that was really key. Okay, so yeah, so those were all the steps it took for me to become vegan. I'd say it took about 3 years around there, roughly, from the first vegan I met until I had Simon and I became vegan. And it's just, it feels great to be vegan. And
Mama.
all I want to do is help everyone I know become vegan. I just wish, like every vegan wishes, I had become vegan sooner. Once you realize that this is how everyone should be living. This is how everyone feels. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, everyone I know is already vegan in their heart. They love animals. They don't want to hurt anyone. They want there to be peace on Earth. They recycle. They want to help the Earth. You know, most people I know care about their health to some degree, and I just I wish I could help everyone I know realize that if you live vegan, you're living consistently with what is in your heart, and it's so easy, and you feel great doing it, and all you want to do is help everyone after you become vegan.
Mom,
I see, baby.
let's open that window because the
And
sun
so I
is
just
not
hope. What?
there. The sun's not there.
Oh, okay.
That's why the window doesn't have to be closed there.
Okay.
The sun's in that window.
That's right. Yeah, it's just wonderful, and so I hope this helps some, maybe one non-vegan watching, just realize it's easy, and any vegan you know, even online, if you only know them online, every vegan will help you, will make recommendations for recipes, books to read, documentaries to watch, all we all want to do is help everyone become vegan, and so that's my wish for the planet. Yeah, especially having a son. I mean, having a child, you worry about the state of the planet, and so I also, selfishly, for his sake, I hope everyone becomes vegan soon. Alright, well, I'll see you in the next video. Hopefully I learned how to do better videos, and hopefully I learned how to edit. We'll see how this goes. Okay, thanks guys.
I said, see ya.